Hello, everybody. Welcome to this amazing game. It is 8:30, not 9:30. You gotta set your clocks back. Daylight savings. It's a whole thing. I'm here with Booth, and we're here set for an amazing game tonight, aren't we, Booth?
I am incredibly excited. This is going to be a big game. The two giants really here in the Discord here going at it head to head.
These are like Commit, obviously undefeated, and One Last Ride only has one loss. And before we start, I know on the podcast, which you should watch, by the way, they're going over playoff, but I just want to briefly cover it. If Commit beats One Last Ride, Commit does secure the number one seed, and the Meteors secure the number two seed. If One Last Ride beats Commit, then Commit, Meteors, and One Last Ride secure the top three seeds in not in any order. And then if those three teams win, then the top three seeds will go Commit, Meteors, One Last Ride. So that's out of the way. First thing I want to talk about is One Last Ride's roster changes. They recently picked up a bunch, including quote the best Lucio in tranquility end quote, which is Poet.
That's a
Uh,
lot. That's a lot to live up to right there.
yeah, we'll see if he can live up. But what can you see from these recent pickups from One Last Ride?
Another big pickup for them was Falcon coming in here at main tank. Falcon, pretty high SR player. He was on my team a couple weeks ago. Played with us for a while. Very strong main tank for the team. I think that's a very solid pickup for them. Very hyper aggressive. Strong on both of the tanks here, running Sigma and Orisa pretty well. He's definitely known for his Reinhardt. But I think that was a very solid pickup for them. I know main tank was one of the spots they were looking to improve upon here, getting later in the season, and they definitely did that with picking him up.
And in the what we asked One Last Ride, they mentioned that their MVP was Overnight Coder, and that kind of overlooked players were Tom J. Can and Unkept. Can you give us something about any of those players?
Yeah, so they were mentioning here that Telem J Can is a very solid player for them, but it's sometimes hard with a lot of these tank players being stuck on Orisa to really get noticed, and then Unkempt's being very strong on support. But again, this meta, it's really hard to see a lot of breakout plays. You can sometimes see like your Sigma hitting a big accretion or maybe a really good beat from your Lucio, but really you see a lot more flashy DPS plays happening. But Overnight Coder, of course, being very strong for them, as they mentioned on the DPS and hit scan. But I'll definitely want to keep an eye here on Tell 'em J Can because I think one of the strong suits for Commit is definitely their tank line. And to see this synergy between Tell 'em J Can and Falcon coming into this game is definitely going to be a pretty big component in how One Last Ride does for this week.
You mentioned synergy. One Last Ride actually believed that synergy was one of the best things that they had going for, which as a team can be one of the biggest factors you can in kind of toppling a giant.
Yeah, it's definitely this meta is like so much like that old goat style where just managing those cooldowns with each other, expecting your tanks to have your shield ready to let your Orisa push forward. Those are things that are really important here and really separate a lot of these teams going. Just being able to trust your counterparts to be there for you, to have their ultimates and cooldowns. That's massive for them, and that could definitely is going to be needed here to take down Commit. Commit being a very very strong team.
Obviously, that undefeated record, very strong. Both of these teams mentioned that Paris was the map that they were both worried for. And they actually both said, because it sucks,
Because
which is obviously obvious. And I actually want to mention this is for everybody. Paris and Horizon are not in the competitive season 19 in the map pool.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Yes.
Yes, this is not Trank, by the
Oh,
way. This is actual Overwatch competitive. So you can praise the Lord for that. No dodging cues.
that makes me really, really excited for that. It gets a little tiring running bunker all the time on those
Oh
maps.
yeah, oh yeah.
So looking forward to seeing that come through.
And then a T going on to Commit. Obviously, Commit's been talked about so much because they're so good. The big player that they talked about was Marth. Marth, like he's just good. That
Yeah, this is good. Marf is a very strong player for them. They mentioned that he's basically a lot of their team synergy is based around him. He calls their rotations, a lot of shot calling for the team, what compositions to run, alt tracking, kind of those main things you look for in a player, especially as a manager. That's the one thing you're looking for. A lot of teams separate those amongst multiple players, but Marf being big enough to come in and do all that for Commit, he has to be a massive reason for a lot of their success this season.
hmm And one of the last things I want to mention is in the questionnaire for the featured matchers, for the featured matches, is the question: how confident are you? Ice, which is the captain for Kommit, answered very.
One word. Very.
I kind of think that speaks for itself.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much else to say for that, Zeb. That's a very high confidence there. One last ride saying they're very confident ability here as well. But I think one word's all you need to say. Gonna be a lot here for them to come in. But both teams starting out here with seeing the Sigma, seeing the Orisa, but we do see the Symmetra over on the side of Kommit here. We'll see how that comes in. Having the pharmacy there on the side of One Last Ride would be very helpful.
Symmetra's mostly used for the teleport entry, but we're seeing the Pharah kind of come out on the side of One Last Ride, which Kommit really doesn't have a counter for.
Yeah, no counter for that, but both teams kind of running similar comps here. Running to Mercy with their pharmacies, a little bit of lost team for them, and that's a little unfortunate.
That's a big unfortunate. One of your main DPS taken out, and right now Kommit is just really able to roll over. And already Overnight Coder's got that barrage, but not able to find anybody with it, and he's just gonna get taken out.
Yeah, a very fast barrage for them coming through, but losing Cairo early on there kind of just gave up a lot of space. Commit's DPS are able to kind of push in and not worry too much about being focused coming into their backline, so they were able to get hyper aggressive there. But a great job for Overnight Coder to get his ultimate that quickly. Already back up to 25% again. We'll see if his pharmacy can really keep racking havoc here to Kommit. But we do have the Coalescence going to be right here on the side of Kommit and on One Last Ride.
Doomfist are going to be battling it out, trying to get something out, and Sir Andy is able to find Unkempt. And once again, Kommit is just able to roll over in a very quick span, only the pharmacy remaining.
Yeah, very big there. Only have to invest one ultimate there for Badger. And they're going to start coming up on the rest of their ult here soon. They're coming up here with the Death Blossom, and they're probably going to get that Seismic Slam here very soon as well. Coming up on the beat as well. That ult advantage, just for a couple of their people there, might be pretty big coming in here. Not too much really of One Last Ride, getting close to the Valkyrie. They are going to have the ult there from Unkempt. Maybe they can combo out there with Tell 'em J can to push back in here. Coming now in the right side of the room with Kommit set up in the back.
They just need to find something to get them a pick in, and Shiro's just in the backline trying to find something, and he is able to find Cairo. And they just need to find something, and he's doing that. Death Blossom finds Unkempt, finds Tell 'em J can, and is finally taken out by Overnight J Coder. But it's just enough for the DPS to roll over the rest of One Last Ride.
And wow, Shiro just getting right into their backline and having all of the space that he wants. I don't know if you caught that. Poet lost the res there at the end too, and is still getting staggered out onto the point and gets pulled into the well at the end. Now 80% last fight for the year. And you got to really look like Kommit here. All of these ultimates coming up. You kind of want to expect them to pull this out here. We do have a lot of ults still on the side of One Last Ride. So this is going to be one heck of a fight here at the end, with ultimates going to be flowing out for both teams.
And overtime is going to be going online for Kommit, so there's really just trying to get what they can if you're One Last Ride. And Cairo's able to find Sir Andy. That's something, as a beat drop is able to negate that Gravitic Flux. And Cairo able to find another one as Honey Badger. And right now these trades are just coming out on each side. Cairo, no!
No, not again.
Not again! But Overnight Coder's able to find a barrage on Honey Badger and Axe, and I'm sure the only one remaining. Cairo. It hurts. It hurts my soul.
Well, they are able to clean up the point here, and basically ultimates being used from both teams. Sir Andy going down early, not being able to use the Gravitic Flux yet, so they will have that going into this fight, and Unkempt will have his ultimate coming in here now for One Last Ride. That's their only real thing here, so maybe kind of a dry push coming in from both teams. Really only one ult apiece. This could be a really good time for Kommit to take this back now before One Last Ride's able to pull up these ultimates again.
And finally, Sir Andy's going to bring that up. He's going to find the Moira. Unkempt getting so close to death, but is able to survive. A nice poke wrongly. Shiro is able to find him, and while Overnight Coder and Modern Lion do find picks, that's just Kommit finding what they need to take this point back and the round.
Yeah, Shiro just able to go right in on them. One Last Ride having to go stall heroes, trying to touch now, and punched away the ball, not able to touch. Axiom doing a great job there to stop that stall in its place, and Kommit looking very strong there on map 1.
One main thing that I saw was that One Last Ride had massive trouble just turning on Shiro.
Yeah.
Like, there was, I don't remember which attack it was, but Shiro was just in the back line, able to find almost before he got killed by One Last Ride.
I think that was every attack. Yeah,
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah,
You might be right. I think so. So that's something that One Last Ride definitely needs to adapt to.
Yeah, that's one of the sad parts there of not running that the combo of the Doomfist and the Reaper there. Picking the Pharmacy gives them a little bit more poke, but then you don't have as much peel for the Doomfist coming in on the other team or the Reaper. You have to kind of pick which one you're going to focus down coming into your backline. But pretty much mirror comps coming in both sides here. They are going to use the Symmetra to get them the point quicker again. They're going to go straight to point and ball this out right away.
And Axiom just going to punch Poet right in the face. But Kairo's going to find a pick on Shiro. That's big. Shiro's one of their main damage dealers. And they're just going to go into the point trying to find what they can. But Axiom once again gets a punch on Kairo. They just can't stop him right now.
Yeah, he's just going right into their team. Pulling out those Fortifies really early on. Base to push into their team. And they're just brawling it out here on point. Trying to see who's going to get the first pick here.
Just a brawl right on the point. Kommit is seeming to win this on a matter of HP. But it's just every person's back, and Shiro getting low again, but is able to build up, especially by that Coalescence pop by Honey Badger. And it's just a brawl right now. Nothing. Ults are popping, and right now, Meteor Strikes find one each, and One Last Ride is able to find Axiom. But they're able to counteract. There's so much happening at once. Each team is just coming back.
Yeah, 5 ultimates used. We haven't even put the point yet.
Right now, the Lucio and the Reaper are able to find it on One Last Ride's side, but Kommit does have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, not sure how much percentage One Last Ride's going to get out of that. They were able to hold the point here. They can maybe feed in here a little bit and try to get percentages up a little bit. So many ultimates coming out early on in that fight.
And right now, Kairo is able to do that. Death Blossom is not going to find anything as Modern Lion does find Rady Body. Sir Andy finds the appreciation as multiple ults are popped. And nothing comes of it. That's crushing if you're One Last Ride.
That is. They invested a lot coming back in there. They were able to stall that out with just basically 2 people on the point when they flipped, getting 22%. Did have to invest a lot for that fight, but man, Shiro just going in, getting 3K there at the end. Just that is so. How do you stop Axiom and Shiro?
Yeah,
your backline there.
But like the Death Blossom, the Bongos, and the Gravitic Flux all popped at once, and they're just gonna have to find some way back. As support ults are traded on both sides. And right now, Axiom getting solo and is able to is found out by Unkempt. Meteor Strike in the air by Overnight Coder and is able to find Honey Badger. This is what One Last Ride needs to take back the point. And right now, Shiro is just able to found out Overnight Coder doing work on the point. And that's One Last Ride needs to turn this round and map around.
Wow, yeah. Overnight Coder coming in, getting 3 picks there to basically open up that fight for them. That was massive. Already getting back up to 50% on ult, using his ult in that fight. Already getting high again. They do have the beat here for Sir Andy's Gravitic Flux coming in. That could be pretty big here for One Last Ride. They definitely want to get this ult percentage up here. Maybe try to get this close to 50-50 before they can maybe get a push here on the point. Kommit, they are going to have the Seismic Slam, and it looks like they're going to start pushing in right away. They are going to force Kairo here off the high ground. He has to retreat back to point. That's going to give Kommit a little bit of space to push in here, but an early Fortify does come out.
And there's the Gravitic Flux with the beat drop as Axiom is just able to find Modern Lion right out, and Axiom right on the center. It just destroys Poet. And right then, Kommit flips the point immediately, almost mirroring percentages.
Yeah, great job from them. That was a very strong beat there from Poet, but the damage was just too much from Kommit. Able to push through. Now they're coming up on 3 ultimates, almost 4, with Raidbot coming in close here as well with the Lucio ult. One Last Ride coming in, having a lot of ults of their own here.
Yeah.
A very big chance for them here to be able to rotate this. If they play this ult percentage right, they might be able to bait out a lot of ults and get percentage up if they retake quickly.
And Overnight Coder is able to find Raid Body almost before the fight even starts, and Kommit really has to back off. Shiro is just able on the right. It's gonna have to back off, teleport to the point right before One Last Ride finds him out. And there's the Gravitic Flux. Rady Body does not have the beat drop to find it. And there's the spin to win. And One Last Ride takes it again. This is just back and forth.
Well, TellMJCan did amazing with his pulls there. I think the pulls at the end there were really the reason they got that first couple of picks, doing a great job for the lift and for the Seismic Slam to come in. Having their ultimate there as well, that's their only real ult they're going to have to try to hold this year. It's really 90% for Kommit, 1 win for them. can basically guarantee him the point here. But this might be getting into last fight territory now. 90-80% left. A little bit more of an old advantage here for Kommit, but here they're coming in now to start this fight off.
We're seeing Shiro with that Death Pulse and trying to find something, and he does. He finds 4!
Oh my god!
5 on Tell Jay can! And that wins it. I don't even know if One Last Ride can come back. I don't think they can.
Oh, you kind of have to give it to him for that. Picking off 5, the ultimate there. Amazing job coming at the end. And no, they're not even going to be able to touch. Kommit picking up the 2-0 here on Ilios. But very, I'm not going to say as dominant maybe as we were expecting. Pretty back and forth both ways here, but Kommit just having that edge, it looked like the DPS, really just getting into their backline. And Shiro here, I don't know which play of the game it's going to be. Oh wait, it's going to be
Quoth the Raven. Chad teleport.
Wow.
Oh, the one. That was just a one click to the head right there on Tell Jay can.
Man, us as tank mains just crying there.
That's disgusting.
Ugh.
That's disgusting.
Not your favorite thing to see as a
76% kill participation from Shiro.
Yeah, really, really great job there from Shiro.
Definitely doing work.
But One Last Ride, I thought looked very solid there. That last point there on Ilios was very close, coming down 90 to like 100%. So very close.
90 to 90, yeah.
Yeah, and that was very, very good job for them. Coming into Paris now, though, both teams. At least,
yeah.
Ugh.
Paris, Leaper. It seemed that One Last Ride really kind of, I don't know if woke up is the correct term, but they definitely did a lot better on that second point than the first point. Actually taking it, more than once.
I liked the switch off the Pharah, even though getting that barrage was like 10, 15 seconds, something crazy like that. I think just having that added DPS in the back, just, I don't know, gave him a little bit more to kind of stop the DPS of Kommit just coming into their backline. But close still. Very good job from One Last Ride. I don't know how this one's going to go here. Maybe opening on a Pharah for them could be a little better for them. Pharah being pretty strong here on defense, at least on first point.
Those bunkers really probably coming in with both sides of Pharah. It'll be interesting to see if we see a Symmetra come in.
Yeah, you do see that Symmetra a lot. That's kind of one of the good ways to get around some of the bunkers. Maybe if you can teleport on the left side. I've seen some teams do the fake teleport and then speed boost in on the right side. I've seen that work a few times for them. But we're going to see Kommit on the defense starting off here. One Last Ride coming on the attack. Definitely the time to see Symmetra if we are going to see it.
If you're One Last Ride on this stack, you really need to set the pace. Set the pace for how hard that you're going to go in this first half and in the second half.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to see their attack open up here. Some teams trying to break these bunkers with dive, but I just don't think dive's really effective enough yet to break through a lot of these teams. Maybe pulling out the Symmetra and maybe trying to. I've seen a lot of teams just getting aggressive and going right into them, but I don't know.
So in the questionnaire that we had, obviously it's a really important question, most important than all the other ones, is favorite ice cream flavor. And One Last Rides is cookie dough. Kommit is cookies and cream. Sides must now be chosen.
All right, tell us yours first.
Cookies and cream. You can't go wrong with cookies. You've got Oreo, and the Oreo is chocolate, which infests the vanilla. I've thought about this extensively. Cookies and cream is the superior ice cream flavor.
It's my second. I have a very strong opinion on my least favorite.
Yes.
Which I can get into. I very strong opinion that if you like mint chocolate chip, that you have a very weak bloodline. And that the cold weather will probably take you out. Strawberry is a solid pick for me and a lot of times, but there's sometimes you can't. I agree with cookies and cream. That's a solid second choice for me.
Yeah, cookies and cream is very good. And I recently just noticed this on this map. The clothes store. It's called Spennymoor.
Ready for battle.
I love that.
I don't really speak French, so I don't know if that means something, but I'm gonna pretend it means something.
That's
really
a pun. It's a pun.
Is it?
Spennymoor. like penny bone. It's a nice roll off the tongue.
Okay, that sounds nice. I think
so
I'm just
nice.
not. I'm not big brain enough to get that one. I
You're
guess.
not big. You're not big brain. All right. If you want an example
fair.
of big brain,
Mhm.
go to last season's like first podcast. You'll see yours truly with the biggest brain possible.
Cheesehead on too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I don't know when we'll see a return of the big brain, but maybe soon.
Well, it looks like One Last Ride might need some big brain here. We are seeing Bastion Bunker coming out on the side of Commit. Not a fun thing to try to break. Not a fun thing at all.
We are seeing that the Reaper from Cairo, which, you know, if you can get a Chad teleport in, depending on where you do that Chad teleport. Oh, wait, I should say what a Chad teleport. Chad teleport is when you literally go into the enemy. That's a Chad teleport.
Well, I think Axiom kind of did a Chad teleport there, going right into the opponent, kicking him out before this fight even started.
Able to find that Pharmacy and Unkempt as Cairo is able to found out and win Modern Lion by Sir Andy. And this fight's over again, less than a minute. One Last Ride just gotta back off.
Yeah, Axiom 85, 86 now, ultimate. Really putting in a lot of damage. They weren't able to push in yet. We do see a switch now. Overnight Coder going over to the Maid. Maybe trying to wall the Bastion up here and focus down. I do like that switch there a little bit. The Pharmacy is going to give them a lot of trouble here early on, especially with the ultimate coming up for them.
We're seeing Poet once again, the best Lucio in Trank coming through. And that Maywall misses, but, just as I say that, One Last Ride is not able to go through as the Sigma and the Moira are found out, and right now it's just a shooting range for the Pharaoh.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a miscommunication. Falcon coming in and going left side, the rest of the team going right there. Definitely unfortunate to see there. That Orisa shield would definitely be necessary as they rotate. No, they do have the Coalescence here. That might be able to help, but we do have ultimates coming out online here for Commit. Coming around on a lot of near Shiro, gonna have the tank configuration here soon. Still have the barrage, getting close to that window there for Koro on the Baptiste. Commit looking very strong here to hold.
All this damage is just gaining ult charge so much. And Axiom able to bring on that barrage, but Falcon is finding both DPS as Shiro is rezzed by ice, but is gonna get frozen as that allows One Last Ride to move to the point. This could be what they need. And a great wall by Overnight Coder. And right now, One Last Ride is just on the point. That Sigma ult finds 3. And Shiro, while Overnight Coder's in the air, is able to get picked off. As One Last Ride is just sprawling on the point. But Commit is finding the picks to what they need as Shiro takes down Cairo. And right now, it's just, once again, I said a shooting range as Falcon is the only one left on the point.
Falcon did a great job there to open that fight up for them, getting just over 2 ticks. That's definitely going to be helpful for them pushing in again, because they are going to have ultimates line now, but just not able to break through the 2 tanks of Commit, holding ground there, holding that point, and allowing for Shiro to rotate over and just pump damage onto the point from the high ground. But Falcon and Modern Lion both having their tank ults here, getting closer to the Blizzard Overnight Coder. Possibly a good chance here for One Last Ride to get...
Once again, Overnight Coder's gonna miss that wall, but Axiom's on that Tracer. Modern Lion does have that free Gravitic Flux as there is no Lucio. He's just gonna range shelter bomb. He's able to find 2. Oh, that's a killer. Wow. That hurts right there. You do have one more, however.
Yeah, very great job, though. Very great job from Shiro. Killing 2 before they were able to get lifted. That really won them the fight there. And they weren't able to, they didn't actually use the Blizzard or the Supercharger on the side of One Last Ride. So they have those 2 very strong ultimates here from push through. A couple of ultimates coming up for Commit, though. Actually, I'm getting that pulse bomb almost very quickly here. Coming back for this is a stall hero. And Commit kind of rotating back to point here. Not going to have all of their... it looks like they are going to be able to group up here before One Last Ride pushes in. But it's going to be a last-second contest here.
And this Bastion is setting up really in the back corner, and Overnight Coder, that wall can be massive as the Blizzard is thrown in, and they're so close to capping. They just need to get rid of Big Marf Axiom, and they're just gonna cap. That's a great wall by Overnight Coder to cut off the Bastion and cut off whoever gets in.
Wow. Yeah, amazing job. That's definitely not the place you want to be with a Blizzard coming in, and Overnight Coder almost single-handedly winning that fight for them. They did have to use the Supercharger, though.
After missing a couple earlier, he really comes through when they need him.
Yeah, great job for them. They are going to push right in here early, though. Throwing out ults early on now for the side of Kommit.
And Kairo's got that Death Blossom. He wants to find something, and he's so close. And he does find him. He spins switch. Shiro is picked out by Overnight Coder, but nothing is found by the Death Blossom. And they've got Kommit in a corner, but Axiom is able to find a punch onto a Kemp. And just as One Last Ride had Kommit in the corner ready to finish it out, Kommit finds their footing and takes his point back.
Yeah, great job there for One Last Ride. Almost getting 2 ticks. Still getting 1 full there. 2 minutes coming in. Definitely doable for them. Might have to do a couple dry pushes here to build up some ults and try to take out some of the ults here. Big Marth getting close to the supercharger here on the side of Kommit. I do like to switch over to the Reaper from Overnight Coder. Some pretty big walls on first point, but I think that Doomfist is giving a lot more added just pressure into this back line of Kommit when they're coming in. And they're gonna probably, looks like, push through main here. They do have the ultimate here from Modern Lion. Hard to use that ultimate here as Roadhog. Maybe if they can try to get a good halt hook here and pick someone off of Kommit, they can push in early on.
Commit's ult percentage is just miles above One Last Ride right now, and that's really the killer. They need to somehow bait those out or outlast them. Right now, Modern Lion able to find Shiro. That's just the opening pick, and if they can find the Doomfist, which they can't, Big Marth is able on Falcon as Axiom is able to bring the big slam onto Poe as Unkempt actually brings out the Coalescence with multiple allies down. Is that a waste?
Yeah, I think that was a waste there. Not really able to combo it with much. I think maybe just a late call on their side, thinking they'd be able to come through. Getting close here, 40 seconds left for them. Really still only having 2 ultimates. Kommit just still having this ultimate advantage for them, having Shiro, and we've seen what Shiro can do with the Death Blossom so far. I expect nothing less for him to come out here with just 30 seconds left for the game. This is going to be last fight territory for One Last Ride. They've got to maybe get a really good halt hook here early on and try to get a pick to open up with, because it's going to be hard for them to break through this.
It's depending on the halt hook which they've got, which they're just gonna rush on the point. And here comes that beat drop to negate it. Shiro's got that Death Blossom. Here it comes. Fine overnight clip as he is pushed away. But the main damage dealer from the Doomfist, as Falcon does fall. And right now it looks like One Last Ride. They need something to turn it around, or else this point will go towards Kommit. And there's the Death Blossom able to fight, trying to find something, but Shiro does find Cairo. And there it is, not a full hold, just a big hold from Kommit to One Last Ride.
Yeah, great job there. 60% for them. That's definitely doable for One Last Ride to be able to hold for that. Paris, tough map to get through. First point a little bit harder to cap than second point, so it seems sometimes. You know, you have that long run to get there, but doable for them. I just think the combos that Kommit's able to pull off every time they're lifting, they're forcing out beat and then just dropping down onto a Death Blossom. Not a fun thing to go through, and that's just so much damage to eat through. As Poet had a great beat there, stopping that last fight, but you can't break through all that damage coming through like that.
Shiro's just had like massive not beat drops. That's a Lucio thing. He's had massive Death Blossoms tonight, and it's really hard for One Last Ride to overcome those.
Yeah, that's definitely been an issue for them. You gotta like Kommit here. Gonna be coming in on the attack with how dominant they've been, kind of with this aggressive play style. You kind of gotta like what they're doing here, especially coming in with that Reaper again. Looks like One Last Ride's gonna be pulling out a bunker comp here, pulling out the fire on the side of Overnight Coder. Did a lot of work on Ilios with that. Could be very strong for them here, opening up with. Then, of course, running the Bastion, the Mercy, and the Baptiste. Pretty standardized Paris to first point defense you see here, but I like their comp here for this. They seem to do really well with it so far.
I think this map is very easy to actually do a full hold first point. So if One Last Ride can do that, then that can definitely pull up their spirits going into halftime and the second half.
Yeah, that'd be really big for them. Both teams not liking Paris. Being able to get your win here on Paris could definitely be very big for both the teams' morales. Looks like Kommit's going to come on the right side here. Looks like they're expecting that Bastion. And a very good wall. There's the wall we're looking for.
Yeah, that wall from Axiom is just great, and that just means One Last Ride's going to have to back off, trying to find something as Kommit just goes to the point more on the right side.
Yeah, really good job for them, forcing them to rotate early on, and another good wall, but Axiom does go down early.
Yeah, it's a great job that takes away that wall and that just able to contest as Kommit just really hiding right now. they're hunting. They're getting hunted by Overnight Code, who actually does have that barrage.
Wow. Yeah, building up these barrages just lightning quick for them. And Kommit kind of trapped here. Kind of hard to wait for your respawn to come in when your whole team's pushed off here into the corner.
Still waiting for that mate as the coalescence from Ice comes out. That immortality, and right now it's just a brawl in the point as the barrage comes out from Overnight Coder, and he's stopped, but the kills do come through for each side. However, it's just the Fair and the Sigma. Can the res come? It is just Falcon against a Mei and a Moira. The plays have to be big from Falcon, and it does not come through. That's very unfortunate. If you're one last ride, you feel like you had a grasp on that.
Yeah, they were doing a great job. Overnight Coder building up ult so quick, getting off the barrage early on, but just not enough to come through there. Very hard for a tank to get through a healer and a Mei there. Very hard for tanks to get through Mei in the first place, but they're going to have a couple ults here. Having that window on the side of Baptiste for one last ride is going to be pretty big for them. Setting up with the Bastion still, being able to probably push Kommit back here a bit. No ults really online for them yet. Getting close to the Blizzard though. Gotta expect Kommit maybe to come in here and do a dry push, try to bait out that window early on here for one last ride.
We're seeing that. We're probably going to see the window come out just to negate Kommit's push. But Axiom is going to have that Blizzard come online. And right now they're just waiting their time to see what comes next. They're going to be pushing Axiom, going to find that wall. They're just going to push up around. That Blizzard is going to go right on all of them as Overnight Coder does find Shiro. Almost 3 are found out as Overnight Coder finds Sir Andy. And one last ride is able to survive this push with a big ult used by Kommit.
Yeah, investing the Blizzard there. A very good wall though. The wall was put very well in the front. Was able to block off the whole window and the sight line of the Bastion there, but not able to push through. One last ride, doing a great job, and now 3 ultimates of their own. Coming into this fight, 3 ultimates are going to be on the side of Kommit here as well, but having that lift is going to be big for them. And Koro not having the beat drop yet. If they can pull this off early, if he's not able to get that up, that could almost be a 1 fight for them right there. And then having the barrage as well could be a very deadly combo with that.
It'll be interesting to see if Kommit actually wins the psychological war. If one last ride thinks that Koro has that beat drop, but as that Sigma ult comes out from Sir Andy, that immortality field gonna find them. Is Overnight Coder finds Shiro, able to counter, and he finds 3 as Poet is able to res him, but certainly does find Bastion. However, this fight does go in one last ride's direction.
Yeah, great job from them. Investing the barrage there was great. Sir Andy opening up with lift early on, and they were ready for it. Really good job there with the immortality for them to come down, and then a really good job for Overnight Coder to not be caught in that and ready to then come back with the barrage of their own. Great job. They didn't invest either of their tanks there as well. Back with the window, back with the Bastion ult. One last ride, looking pretty good to hold this fight here again. Koro does have the beat drop now and getting close again to the Blizzard. Maybe another dry push here for Kommit to try to pull out a lot of these ultimates here. They have to be expecting some of these now on the side of one last ride.
That ult management, on the side of one last ride is extremely important. You have 4, and that Valkyrie should come online pretty quickly. You don't want to waste them all right here now. As immediately Big Marth is taken out by Cairo, as Falcon does find Sir Andy, and this fight is almost gone unless Shiro is able to find Modern Lion. Modern Lion getting close, but is saved by Cairo. And right now it's just the Lucio and the Mei still alive.
Wow, only using the window there on the side of one last ride. Building up these ultimates again. Now they're going to have the Valkyrie. I'm sure Overnight Coder is going to have that barrage up very soon again. Looking very strong here. 5 really big ultimates, and you know Unkemp's just going to charge up that window again really quickly here, healing all into that team. But Kommit coming up on ultimates of their own now. I think this is going to be a pretty heavy investment here. With about 2 minutes left for them, Kommit can still invest pretty heavily with their ultimates and still charge them up here before they come into last fight territory. So be expecting a lot to come in here. Really got to look out for Shiro. That can be massive. He can get into them, set up onto this bunker.
Look at Shiro. He's more in the middle. He's teleporting. He wants to find something. Oh, he does miss it, but that Blizzard comes in. If the tank ult is formed, Shiro does find Unkempt as multiple ults are popped. Overnight Coder not able to find anything with the barrage. Shiro finds 3 and is so close to Falcon. And Falcon, they do trade. However, just the Mercy alive, and the contest is real here. I don't think one last ride can get back.
They go stall heroes, but no. Oh.
That looked so good if you're one last ride. That's a
Yeah.
heartbreaker.
That is a heartbreaker. A massive blizzard from Axiom there at the end. Was able to just disorient the team. Tanks getting split on the side of one last ride. And then just Shiro was able to push right in, drop that Death Blossom onto the tanks. And great job there from Kommit to pull out those ultimates. And really kind of win that just with the blizzard coming in and able to clean up with the rest after that.
Yeah, that's where this lack of a support ult or a real support ult kind of kills you.
Yeah.
You've only got that immortality field to somewhat negate that, especially with a Bastion who's so sentient that you're essentially screwed.
I miss my man Zen. It was nice having those sometimes.
Yeah, well, he is one of the worst heroes in the meta, so doubt that's coming back anytime soon. Well, we're going to see halftime come in. Kommit does have a 2-0 lead. However, one last ride. They're not dead yet. They have shown several signs of life, having a great hold on Paris. And we're really going to see Hollywood, spooky Hollywood.
Spooky.
I need to say that. Spooky Hollywood.
That's right.
Is coming in. And we're going to see if Kommit can really be scared and to finally be dropping a map against One Last Ride and possibly having One Last Ride come back to take it to a map 5. We are going to see you guys in about 10 minutes. Welcome everybody back to Week 14's Sunday featured match against Kommit. Kommit versus One Last Ride. Kommit currently is up 2-0. That does seem a little bit like a stomp. It's not. Trust us. We're seeing One Last Ride trying to claw their way back on Hollywood versus Kommit. And we're seeing come in. That's a name. That's not me thinking.
Yeah, we know how to pronounce it. It's okay. Don't worry.
Yes. And Exis are both coming in for the first time on each side.
Yeah, we're going to see what they'll do shaking things up here. Big Marf taking the seat here on the side of Kommit. And then Tell 'em JCan coming in here on Falcon again. Looks like they're splitting main tank duties here for their team. Both of them kind of run the same thing, stuck in the horse jail. Saddle up and ride, boys.
This map is cool. This map is so cool.
I know. I love these designs. I kind of wish, like, it makes it special that they're not around all year, but I like to be able to just, I don't know, just like fly through and remember the spooky times.
It gives you, it's got such a vibe, you know? Like,
yeah.
The Christmas maps give such a, like, vibe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just might be weird.
No, the holiday maps are by far, like, the best maps.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Just, like, themed. Like, I wish there was a Thanksgiving themed one, because, like, Thanksgiving's one of my favorite holidays. But I don't know, like, what you would do with that. Would you just, like, have...
How would that work?
Just like turkeys running around. Yeah, that's fair. I guess the Toronto map coming out's like basically always winter. That's basically there, right?
Isn't Volskaya always winter?
Yeah, but that's Russia, and like we don't.
That's Russia. They're always cold.
They don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Russia. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true. Thanksgiving's an American holiday.
That's right. Well, enough of my Thanksgiving rants.
Oh yeah.
We're seeing pretty standard comp here. Side of Kommit running. I mean, don't fix it. Shiro being just disgusting on this Reaper. I wouldn't want to see him with anything else. Overnight Coder pulling out the Symmetric, teleporting them forward again, and seeing both teams do that. Looks like maybe Mirror Comp's going to be coming out both sides here.
They're going to be keeping that Symmetra though, which is very interesting.
They are keeping it. Maybe pushing in this right room, trying to. Maybe they're expecting to hold upper and TP in, but Kommit just going to hold straight on.
Oh, they're going in. They're going in. Shiro able to. The Shiro's just in the entire mess and able to find Modern Line before anyone returns on him. Wow. Yeah, that's a massive problem.
That is a massive problem. The Symmetric turrets from Overnight Coder did slow Shiro down a little bit, but One Last Ride kind of split apart here. Not going to have that Sigma barrier. Hard for that Sigma to push in again. Kommit probably going to try to capitalize on that. And Shiro coming back from spawn here just about now, but they're going to teleport right into him.
And Axiom's able to find the punch on right as they go out of the teleporter. But Overnight Quarter is able to find Exis. That Symmetra microwave is deadly if you ignore her. But that Coalescence come out from same one from Ice. And right now these laser beams are battling. Overnight Quarter is taken out by Sir Annie. That's a massive damage. gone, and Sir Andy's able to find 3 on that. And there it is. Kommit just finds the kills on One Last Ride, and they're going to have to back off.
Wow. Yeah, Sir Andy just 100%. Modern Lion just hitting 56, basically doubling on ult charge there. Modern Lion did get picked early in that first engage there, and definitely hurt him there, not being able to get that ult up quick enough. They do switch over to the far now. Overnight Coder going over. No Mercy Pocket for the time being, though. Maybe Poet going to be switching over after using the beat drop here on this fight over to the Mercy for them. But maybe we'll be seeing an aggressive beat on the side of One Last Ride from them coming in here. No real ultimates up yet. Hero and Axiom, though, are going to be close here for Kommit.
Poet does seem to have that free beat drop. Can be massive using that just as a but that Fair has really got them backed in a corner right now, as they're just the only one on the point. Ishiro, that beat drop does come out, trying to find something, as they're still backing them in that corner. That Fair is just raining rockets from above, as a tick is gotten from One Last Ride.
Shiro.
Yeah. Oh, Axiom. Wow. That's massive. That's a 3K on his end.
Good lord. I mean, I don't know what you do. Shiro goes in and ults you get happy you didn't die to that one, and then Axiom's like, but wait, there's more. Here I come in with the Seismic Slam, setting One Last Ride down again. But we do see the Pharmacy Pocket now. Poet switching over to the Mercy. Overnight Coder building up ult just so quick on this Pharmacy. And Modern Lion now gonna have the Gravitic Flux here, a deadly combo they can use here. They can lift and then get that barrage down, and they're gonna push right in and throw the lift out early.
There goes the beat drop to negate it, as TelmJcan does find that's a massive damage as the DPS farm. Very good from Kommit. As there's the ending. Barrages and a Death Blossom come out from the DPS on One Last Ride, and One Last Ride does take that point.
Sir Andy, yeah, great job from Sir Andy there to eat that barrage, but Whom was just waiting there with the Reaper ult saying, yeah, go ahead. That, give me some free charge here, and they were just grouped all together for them. One Last Ride, a clean fight when they're at the end. You're going to be looking for Kommit to come in early and contest here, having both of their tank ultimates. Just coalescence here on the side of One Last Ride. Maybe they get a little bit of ult percentage here, build up some more ults, try to win this fight, or lose this fight maybe a little early here, because Sir Andy just getting so much ult charge here so quickly on the side of the Sigma.
After much progress, and Kommit's finally going to contest, as really the only one getting pushed up was Modern Lion, as he's going to get pushed to half health, as multiple people from Kommit are low on health, as X is the first one to go down, but Axius finds the trade on. Right now, One Last Ride is having to back off. Axiom just in that backline, he's hunting, as Cora, both the supports on the side of Kommit are taken down. That's no healing. And but the DPS are able to find both tanks, but that barrage is big from Overnight Coder, able to clear out what they need.
Yeah, Poet popping the Valkyrie there, just enough sustain to let the team kind of get through there, and then that added sustain on Coder using the barrage is just enough for them to clean up. But Kommit gonna push in here with 3 ultimates, still have the supercharger, they're gonna have the Shiro ultimate, which as we've seen has been pretty deadly coming in. But if Modern Lion can get off the Gravitic Flux here pretty early on, maybe, but Shiro's going right into the team right away.
He wants it. He wants it. He's hunting. That Meteor Strike's gonna find nobody. Overnight Coder does find Axiom. That's DS down. And Overnight Coder does find Cora. He is a nuisance from the skies. As Shiro is just gonna be brought up, slammed down. No Death Blossom for you tonight.
Wow. Yeah, One Last Ride. Very dominant push there. Really not too much. They really pushed through second point pretty well here. 3 minutes left for them. That's a good size of a time bank left for them. Still having the Orisa ultimate here. Sir Andy though getting caught out. Those poor respawns. That's the saddest part about that spawn room here on Hollywood. If you just don't get those spawns timed properly, it's just almost like frequent progress for the attacking team.
But Shiro does have that Death Blossom, and Axiom actually going to go onto McCree, just wanting to shut down that Pharah, who is a big nuisance in the skies. And you see,
is that the first hit scan we've seen today? I think
so. But Shiro, he's up above, and Overnight Coder's able to find him out. Right now, he wants to Death Blossom, but has to back off. Ice is going to pop that Coalescence. And there's the Death Blossom, and is able to find 2. Once again, massive. Overnight Coder does bring out the barrage, but only able to find X is not enough to turn the fight around.
Yeah, massive pull, pulling them all in and letting Shiro just go right in there. the pulls on the side of Kommit, just how they're comboing everything with it, just shows that level that they have of trust with each other. They know I've got my DPS ult, I know I've got a pull for my Orisa ready to go in. And double hit scan on the side of Kommit now. Pulling out the Widowmaker, that's something you normally don't see here.
Riley, like, he's got that death long. Oh, he wants it. He's looking. I know he's looking. That Sigma ult, the Gravitic Flux brings true and is not able to find anything, but Shiro is able to find Overnight Coder. Asim is found out by Axiom. And Unkept able to find Sir Andy as Overnight Coder is res. Right now, trades coming in. Axiom does find a big damage dealer from One Last Ride. As right now, he's really the only one alive in the back line.
Yeah,
Axiom.
Exus got caught out early there, was over on the side, but...
Oh, that Deadeye.
Oh,
no! That's something you cannot afford to have. One Last Ride. They just turned their backs on Axiom. You had massive push to the cart, but able to find that Pharmacy completely turns it to Commit's side.
Wow. That was almost a big throw to kind of not push it on Dion card there, but coming in clutch for Kommit, being able to hold here, getting down to one fight territory now. We do see DPS switch, Overnight Coder going over to the Doomfist now. They are going to have the Death Blossom and getting really close here to the Gravitic Flux for them. No support ultimates left, and not really too many ults for Kommit. Both support ults going to be up, but they really need to build up some DPS and tank ults here quickly.
And Core getting so low, but is able just to get that beat drop. Close support ult top. And there's the Death Blossom, and is able to find Shiro. That's big. There's not going to gain any ult charge. And DPS are just in the backline wreaking havoc as he does find X's. Axiom's able to find Overnight Coder on that right high ground as they just need to get rid of Ice and Sir Andy. Only one's alive. You just got to kill Ice. He's so low.
And COT though. That's
big. Right now, it's just the Ball and the Lucio alive. It looks like One Last Ride is going to push this through, and they do.
Yeah, good job for them. We saw Axiom just stand on the high ground the whole time, trying to pump damage out the back, trying to farm up another high noon to do it to him twice. Got to 98% there at the end, almost able to pull it off. But One Last Ride doing a really good job there. They comboed their ults very well. They were able to sustain through a lot of the damage coming in from Kommit. They did a much better job. It felt like they're on the attack, just handling Commit's DPS just going into their backline. So great job there from them, being able to push through all the way, because a lot of ults from Kommit on that third point. So respect to One Last Ride there.
I think what's something that could have helped held on to that Death Blossom.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah, that's one of those ults too, where, I mean, like all these ults seem to charge so quickly because we're just so fed up of playing these heroes. But that's another one with you probably should be throwing out early on there, because even if you're not getting baiting out cooldowns on the side of Kommit, that then let your other DPS kind of push in for them. And starting off here on defense, One Last Ride coming out with the Bastion combo, looks like, running the Pharmacy with it as well. So we're going to maybe expect Unkempt to be there onto the Moira, the Baptiste. I like that. It's an interesting hold here. Normally you see something a little bit more bunkering on the other side of DPS there, but I don't see why they're not going to keep running the Pharah. It's been doing really well so far in the game. But Overnight Coder is normally the one on the Pharah. So interesting to see Overnight Coder switching over to the Bastion now. We'll see what him can do on the Pharah. Has a lot of shoes to live up to, because Overnight Coder was getting those 20, 30 second barrages.
It was great, but that Bastion's really worked out for them very much. As it's interesting, if we're going to keep this Metro, they are going to have the Sombra, probably just to scout to see what they have, as they are going to be found out. They know they have a Sombra, just that they know that they've been spotted, and a May Reaper comes out. That's something we haven't seen in a little bit.
One of my least favorite DPS combos is just I just can't stand it, for God's sakes. The Pharah can definitely be a big play for them here, but Commit's just going to try to close territory as much as possible. Looks like they got a little disoriented with running into point there. Sir Andy, the rest of the team going behind, and Shiro getting picked off early because of that. One Last Ride, you're going to take a pretty early fight here.
And once again, having nothing to really counteract the Pharah, that damage boost is just going to rain death from above, and Axiom gets picked off really before the fighting even begins. Axiom did have a great wall, but it
very good
did too much.
Yeah, it just seemed like a little bit of miscommunication. Some of the players went one way, some went the other. That's very good for One Last Ride. Getting up to 70% now on the barrage. Getting an early barrage here in this fight, definitely doable. And that can be massive for them, which really nothing going to be available for Kommit yet.
And that wall's able to give Kommit just a leeway to go to the other side as One Last Ride's going to have to transition more onto the card as Hero once again taken out. And they're doing a great job of shutting him down so far in the first round.
Yeah, really good job. Shiro was going to the high ground, it looked like, and they were just ready. I think the pole is what got him down and was able to take him out early on with no more abilities left. And now, Ultimate's coming up for One Last Ride, and not really much. Ice having the Coalescence here on the side of Kommit, but that's not going to out-heal through a really good timed fair ultimate here. But watch out for Shiro going right into the team.
And that both the damage dealers down. There goes Kommit. And that Pharah is back up, but the Reaper takes down both tanks. And while Axiom is taken down by Unkempt, it doesn't seem that One Last Ride's going to last very much longer. And here's Kommit.
Kommit doing Kommit things. Going in, sustaining through 3 ultimates. Just showing off their skill. Really, very good job from them there. Shiro, really, I think, distracted One Last Ride, teleporting right in. They were really worried about Shiro maybe having the ultimate already and preparing for that, and just opened up for the rest of the team just to kind of go right in. Now over to the Reaper Doomfist. Kind of maybe try to see that Overnight Coder has gone over the Doomfist as well, into the mate over on the side of him. So DPS swaps coming around each way. Shiro going to have the advantage, coming up to 70% now. Tank ultimates here from the side of One Last Ride. But we'll see Kommit try to take a little bit of the high ground here. Maybe trying to push the Doomfist off the top, but they're going to open up here pretty quickly. Shiro having to back off early on though.
If One Last Ride can really somehow win a couple fights in this territory, it can be great. But that Gravitic Flux able to find 2 as Korra taken out. And right now the Doomfist is there's no Doomfist on each side. Shiro's still alive as that main damage dealer. And he's so close to death, they just need to finish him off, and he gets the Death Blossom, but is picked off. Ice does have that cold action with only a couple alive.
Yeah, both teams still investing here in this fight. This has been a really long fight going on. Superchargers being thrown out, beats being thrown out each way. This is gonna, whoever wins this fight is gonna.
Oh, that Axiom, that's the Freeze is able to find and Sir Andy, but Axiom is able to find Poet. Finds 2, and they just need to finish him out. Shiro gets the Death Blossom. He is so big.
My
God.
How many 4Ks has that have been so far? My goodness.
He's so big.
That's insane. Coming in with all those ults right when they needed it. Both teams investing so much there. Both, wanting to win that fight as much as they can. And that's Shiro just being the MVP so far for Kommit.
Right now, One Last Ride able to go on early as Axiom uses that meter strike. I don't even think they can get on.
Ooh, what a pull!
That doesn't matter anyway. Coral finds 3. What? That's
wow,
a Lucio.
I think there was a really big pull there from Exus that got him all down low, but I'm just gonna go by the probably the best guess, and it's gonna just be that Koro got a PK by himself.
Koro's just that good.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah, it's splitting that time. Axiom and Koro.
I want to point out too, Him's walls have been very good for One Last Ride here, but really gonna have to be very big for them to open up here. Overnight Coder getting really close to the ultimate here. If they can maybe get a little bit of damage in and open up with that, that would be big for them.
Shiro's on the ground. Sir Andy able to find 2 on that Gravitic Flux, but that beat drop's just gonna negate it. Really, Commit's getting a lot of cart pushing as Axiom finds Overnight Coder, but he's able to find X's. Shiro's getting dangerously close to that Death Blossom, 96 and counting, as One Last Ride's really stuck in a corner. And Koro is taken down by that Gravitic Flux as here comes the beach. Oh! And it's eaten by Sir Andy as Shiro finds it.
What is this?
Are you serious?
I don't know, man.
I'm leaving, right? I can't play with
I don't... Look, I just want to get like one good mass kill in a Trank game in my life. This man has gotten how many Ks tonight alone? There's been 2 of them just in the past like 35 seconds. I don't know.
And it sucks, because with that, Kommit wins.
Yeah, best One Last Ride can get out of here is the draw, but still going to be
playing
fighting
for map differential.
Yeah, map differential is going to be definitely going to matter for One Last Ride coming into playoff seeding. So definitely going to be expecting them to be pushing for this 4 hold here. Maybe you're going to see if they're actually going to still be running that Bastion bunker. Kommit did have a little bit of trouble with that here. maybe they're going to be running through it again. Looks like they're not so far. I think that's a pretty good choice. I think Commit's going to be expecting that, but that Symmetra combo with the Sombra to scout gets you answers pretty quickly. So whatever they were going to be running, Commit was going to go back and swap for it anyway. So I like this comp here for them.
But they're not going with that Bastion. They're going with that Mei. Walls having really good keeping that streak. But I mean, one last ride. Play for the map differential. It's very crucial in these late weeks. Can be the difference between a 2, a 3, a 4 seed.
Yeah, which is going to make a big difference coming into these playoffs here. A lot of good teams to have to compete against. And if we're going to see the Sombra coming in early here, getting a little bit of the scout. Don't know what they're going to make big comp switches here. We see Axiom going over to the Doomfist now. Shiro, we're going to expect to go back to the Reaper. Yeah. I don't know why you'd take the man off Reaper.
Oh, God.
I mean, I guess maybe you could focus on getting 5Ks and some Ks, some improvements to be made, but
not good enough.
Not good enough.
Not big enough number. Right now, Axiom getting crucially low, and he's just gonna get healed up as Commit's just rushing onto the point, finding what they can. That Doomfist going hunting for that Mei in the corner. She's all alone, surrounded by all sorts of scary things, but Exus and both traded. It's a 5v5 on point as Axiom goes hunting, but Shiro's able to find Orisa on the side of one last ride. Poet going for the res, finds it.
Wow!
And still alive, but Overnight Coder does find 2. It's a Moira Doomfist. We see this once again, and it doesn't work out once again. Kommit wins the map, goes up 3-0 going into this last map.
Yeah, great job for Kommit to break through there at the end. That's so hard to deal with the 2 DPS of Kommit just coming into your backline. It seemed like there's just never an answer to it. One last ride, I think they did a really good job there. The Mei did a great job splitting off, but that Mei getting trapped there in the bottom of Cafe, I think was just enough to let Kommit come in there and win with about still a minute left in the bank too for them. And what a pull! You see that pull? Oh my goodness! Just setting up the 3K for Axiom.
Why isn't this Koro's play?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Come on. Doomfist get enough play of the games. Give it to the Lucio.
You know, I wish they gave us like the option if like it told you got play of the game, but like your healer got really close to it, would you give it to him like a key bind or something afterwards? Like give fist bumps to your healer and let them have the play of the game? Because I would do that in a heartbeat.
Also, Axiom got a 5K. Like Axiom got a 5K.
Wait, which one?
Oh yeah, which one? Oh no, it was Shiro. I'm an idiot. They're just so interchangeable. They're so good each.
Yeah, they're both just crazy. Well, coming on to Havana though. Havana gonna what do you think's coming out here?
Havana's granted I have not played Havana recently. Somewhat of the balance changes, but I see a lot of the Bastion come out on Havana, but that's a little too off meta for my taste. It's not Doom Reaper, so it's kind of scary, especially if you're Shiro. Not playing Reaper, it's like that's a sin. You can't not play Reaper if you're Shiro.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe gonna pull something out early on. A little
maybe.
Tough.
It's just if you're one last ride, at some point you have to go counter picks.
Yeah.
Like a Brigitte, a McCree, stuns galore to stop Shiro somehow. And
I don't know, man. They've been doing a really good job of saving their Sigma. I've been watching. Has been doing a great job of trying to save the E, trying to save the run, but that's I don't know. The pole comp, everything with it's just they're playing around Shiro's aggressive play style, and that's just so hard to stop.
Someone make a comp called Anti-Shiro.
The Anti-Shiro meta covered it.
It's just all CC. You've got Hog, Sigma, Brigitte, McCree.
Yes, the Hog Sigma
Look, it's
combo.
just you do not get to exist in a game.
Oh lord. Yeah, that was fun. That first week Sigma was out, and you actually got to play Hog with that.
It was. Yeah, and then Sigma was like, "Sorry, did you want to have a meta?"
Exactly.
Like, no.
Those were fun times.
Up the wazoo.
That's right. It's like, sir, you thought, kid. No, you have to go double shield.
but we're actually seeing Shiro on the Bastion, which we did see him on Paris, and Axiom on that Mei, who was it Axiom's walls on Paris were incredible, almost getting that Bastion almost every.
Yeah, very strong. And I think maybe One Last Ride somehow was like time traveling and listening to your comms. Look at that Sigma Roadhog.
What do you know? Getting that road? No, okay. Brigitte, McCree, come on.
Where's the rest? Guys,
come
listen,
on.
he said other heroes too.
You can't have like half of it and I could.
They're not.
Roadhog's somewhat getting that you get that Bastion out of position. It's something.
Yeah. Hard to get through 2 shields with that hook there, but if they're able to, gonna be strong. Commit's gonna give up a little bit of cart progress here. Axiom, you know, trying to get in a little bit of work early on, almost going down early on.
Almost
there,
walls himself.
His biggest enemy is himself.
You trust nobody, not even yourself.
That's right.
But as that happens, Shiro's just able to find Modeline. Does get res off, but is cut off by that wall. And he's able to find safety as that shield's just still up. Nothing much is really harming Shiro. And hey, as Big Marps gets in, but it's taken out by Shiro as Shiro finds Falcon, Poet. Shall I go on?
Keep naming players.
I mean, you got everyone. That Bastion's just death from above. Modern Lion and Unkempt really the only ones left, but not gonna last very much longer.
Wow, yeah, Shiro, yeah, already getting up the tank configuration there. One of the downsides of not running that double shield here, Modern Lion shield went down early, and as soon as that shield's down, you gotta wait for it to recharge. It ain't on a cooldown there like a Reese's that, and it got shredded instantly. That Mei wall almost kind of hurt them there. It kind of really didn't give Shiro anything to shoot out besides their shield, so then they didn't have any shield going into that fight. But Overnight Coder does have the barrage. We have the tank configuration. We have window. A lot of ults here for Commit. I'm sure they're going to invest here early in the fight. But Overnight Coder
doesn't even get a chance to use that barrage.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And Uncapped uses that Coalescence, but is just taken down immediately. And so is Falcon. Shiro finally taken out. They don't have that Mercy, but they're just able to find the kills to really steady out.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna losing the Bastion at the end. Maybe One Last Ride has a chance to push him without it, but they're pushing into 4 other ultimates again as well. So Overnight Coder's got to get a big barrage here real early on because the Bastion's getting close to come back to the team here.
I mean, you can get a big barrage. Commit's just got 5 ults to counter that.
About to be 6.
Almost 6 from Nexus. It's... There goes one. Are we gonna see more? We see it through. There's the window comes. Barrage comes through Overnight Coder, but it does almost nothing. Shiro takes him down, and it's just gross how much Kommit is just dominating this game.
Yeah, that is a hard place to break through because you basically have to commit. Oh, no pun intended there. You have to commit around one of these cores, start putting any kind of damage into one of these shields. No real great way for you to poke. Your Pharah can try to poke from the top, but then the Bastion has free reign on you because you have to be so close to him. Deadly spot from the setup. They did use 3 ults on the side of Kommit, but you got to push through Blizzard, you got to push through Supercharger, and the tank configuration. That's a lot for a lift to do, but we do see a lot of though, early.
Yeah, Activated finds a lot as the barrage goes in, doesn't find anything, and it's just... Why do we commentate things?
Wow.
The fight's over. Already. Like...
That's really... They really only have the tank configuration here. This could be the chance for One Last Ride to break through this year. Him getting really close there to the barrage. To the not to the barrage, to the Reaper ultimate coming here with the Death Blossom. If they're able to break through onto the Bastion, that could be pretty big for them. You see Overnight Coder going over to the Mei now. Poet going over to the Baptiste. Maybe thinking that using that Immortality Field inside of the room here, so that way they can't break it through. Gives them a little bit more sustain. Definitely not a bad pick here at the end, but the wall. Oh, the wall's blocking off the Immortality Field.
And still alive, that Immortality Field saving all of them. Ecstasy is found out. But that Immortality Field inside, and here comes out Death Blossom, only able to find that Immortality Field as he is dead. Falcon's dead. Axiom able to be punched to death by Overnight Coder, but it's really not looking good. Not even able to turn the first corner of Havana. Kommit is just so dominant.
Yeah, that is such a hard place to break on that Bucker again. Doing a great job there, staggering through their ultimates coming through. One Last Ride coming in to stall here as best they can, but they got to get through Shiro's tank configuration. Falcon trying to touch, is able to touch for them, but probably not going to be much else for One Last Ride to come in here with, and a very dominant first point hold there for Commit.
Okay, chat. Which team is more OP? Season 1 Havoc, Season 3 Commit. Please debate. Please debate. So, I know some of you don't remember Season 1 Havoc. Our producer definitely does.
I think us boomers were around for Season 1, but
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. But these Zoomers 3 stuff, I don't know.
Look, I was a season 2, so I remember slightly nerfed Havoc. I don't remember.
You there.
Yeah,
So I
we
guess
were both
we're
season
not
2.
really boomers. We're in between. I don't know what the
We're
in-between.
Gen Xers.
Yeah, Gen X.
Millennials, Gen X.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Not cool enough to be a Zoomer, too young to be a boomer.
Oh man. It's just.
Well, what do you do here as One Last Ride to try to hold this? I mean, do you try to mirror this a little bit what they were doing? I mean, that was a very difficult bunker for them to break here. Holding on that side, that might be their best option. We might see them try to do one of those early like gas station holds here. I don't know if that really gives them enough time to contest again, but I just say try what Commit did there. That was a very, very strong place to hold. And they're running a bunker here. We do see the Hanzo though. Hanzo's interesting.
Honestly, at this point, I know it's like if you're One Last Ride, at some point like play who you want to play. Meme. Like bring out the oh, we can't play Spanish Inquisition.
No.
2-2-2 block.
I wish.
Stupid.
We just want to go goats, please, Cav. Listen.
Please go goats. Finals? Finals,
Oh,
maybe?
No. Oh no.
Best place?
Oh, that's cursed. So Shiro here, coming down the Widow, maybe trying to get a pick. Widow Ashe, not really a tank comp that we've seen so far. They kind of listened to you. They kind of went with what they wanted to play here.
Yeah.
Maybe going to see some switches when they see that Bastion around. Him trying to get some early damage though. The Hanzo there.
We'll see if One Last Ride really can. This corner as a great shot onto Honey Badger. Brady Body is going to be able to get that res, but Shiro said, "How dare you? I'm going to click your own head," and is able to find him as they're 5v6 into this last fight.
A lot of shield advantage here though on the side of one. Mid shield going down really early. Overnight Coder on the Bastion, but Commit's pushing right into them. They're going through the shield.
Yeah, that's a problem about Eraser Shield. Zitch Station walked right through it as Overnight Coder's down, Poet's down, and that's GG's, fellas.
Yeah, Kommit set up a great crossfire there, having to shield off the Widow, kind of blocking off the shields to go in on everyone else. GG's around. Kommit though coming out with the 4-0 and a very dominant last map there, Hanabana for them. But One Last Ride, that definitely was besides that last map there, that was a very close game coming way down. That's not a 4-0 in the traditional sense of a Tranquility 4.
Definitely. But Commit's, their chances of being gone this week, they're looking easy. They got one last chance to go undefeated the whole season, and they got tough luck next week. Correct?
That's right.
One Last Ride's got Invictus.
That's right.
And right now, at Meteor's got that number 2 seed. They're looking good. No matter what happens, they secure that number 2 seed. It's just Kommit, man. Right now they're looking undefeatable, literally.
Yeah, they are. They're looking scary. That's going to be tough for any team to really dethrone here. But tough luck next week will be a really great game to come across. That could definitely be a team that gives Kommit a run for their money. And then coming into playoffs here, Kommit guaranteeing that 1 seed with the win. I'm pretty sure there. Yeah, guaranteeing the 1 seed. GG's all around there, but. Coming up soon, though, we have the podcast tomorrow night, which I know there's going to be some discussion and some preview for the formats here for Season 4. So make sure you tune in for that. Yeah, that's going to be cool. I don't know what you're hoping, but I sent in a suggestion about, if the GMs decide on it, maybe allowing us to, goats every now and then.
Just maybe a little bit. And on Tuesday, we do have Harmony and Chaos versus Eclipse. You might see a familiar face. I don't know. Tune into that if you want more spunky personality. But we're going into the last week. Playoff spots looking to secure. It's going to be super fun. And you can follow me on Twitch at Literose and on Twitter at Literose. What about you, Booth?
You can follow me on Twitch. I don't really stream. It'd make me feel good, though. It's BoothOW. That'd be cool. I'll follow your stream too or something if you want. But
Boost the numbers.
we
Boost the
get the numbers
numbers.
boosted. If you all donate, I'll start streaming. If you get a better PC, there you go.
There you go. And we've got our amazing producer Zuby, who really wants to take a nap.
Yeah,
He really wants to
let's
take a
end
nap.
this so we can go back to sleep.
Yeah. Take some Z's, Zub. All right, well, that's it from us. 4-0 commit over one last ride. It was a blast from us on the Twitch team end, and we'll see you next time.